Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The December 19th, 2025 meeting of the Medford Site Plan and Architecture Commission will now come to order. Amanda, can we have roll call, please?
Yes, you may. Ms. Pierce.
Here.
Mr. Bender.
Here.
Mr. Camiller.
Here.
Mr. Niehammer.
Present.
Mr. Akery.
Here.
Ms. Powell.
Present.
Mr. Thomas.
Here.
And Mr. Whitlock.
Here.
You have roll call.
Thank you. And we have a very strong quorum today. Yay.
No questions.
Item 20 is our consent calendar, and we have nothing to discuss today. Item 30 is approval of the minutes from the November 21st, 2025 meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to be noted?
None.
All right, seeing none, those will be submitted as, they will be approved as submitted. Minutes for the December meeting. I didn't see those in the agenda, but I don't know if they're here for me to approve those as well. Okay, thank you. So we have the December 5th, 2025 meetings as well. Were there any additions or corrections to be noted on those?
Madam Chair, I thought there was no meeting on December 5th.
Wasn't there a meeting on this?
No, okay. And the meeting before that, you had made an alteration to the minutes.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Which
Thank
might
you.
be the ones that
All
are
right.
being referred to.
Okay, sorry.
I just need
thought
a signature on them. You guys don't have to vote because you already voted.
Okay, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
See, I'm all messed up because I missed my November 5th meeting. All right, next item is item 40, which is oral requests and communications from the audience. This is an opportunity for members of the audience that are not, or that are here for items that are not on the agenda to come forward and speak. I don't know if there's anyone here that is present for something other than what's on the agenda. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and move on to item 50, which is public hearings. If you plan,
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Before we proceed, I would propose and move that we move items 50.2, 50.3, and 50.4 in front of item 50.1. There are simply requests for continuances there. If anyone's here, obviously we could accept their testimony, but it would seem, I guess, the right thing to do to allow the applicant and any people to leave early. So I would move that we move items 50.2, 50.3, 50.4 to this point in the agenda.
all right, we've got a motion to go ahead and change
Second.
those. Okay. Any questions or concerns on that?
Nope.
Do we need to have voice vote, roll call? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
Abstain.
Okay. Well then, item 50, public hearings. If you plan to testify, please listen carefully to the following prepared statement regarding the procedural rules that govern such a hearing. Council, please explain these rules.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to explain the rules that govern this hearing. Before the hearing begins, city staff will give a report. The report will list the criteria that govern the city's decision. After the staff report, the hearing will be opened for other speakers. The applicant will speak first and may ask for rebuttal time. Following the applicant, any other interested person will be allowed to speak. Before the hearing is closed, anyone who needs more time to present evidence must ask for more time. If you ask, the hearing will be continued or the record will be kept open, and you will have at least 7 days to present additional written evidence. Any testimony, argument, or evidence you give must relate to the criteria listed in the staff report or other criteria in the comprehensive plan or land use regulations that you believe apply to the decision. If you fail to raise an issue or do not give the commission sufficient information so that the commission and any party can respond, you will not be able to appeal that issue to the Land Use Board of Appeals. If you do not raise constitutional or other issues about any proposed condition with specificity so that the commission can respond to that issue, you will not be able to bring a court action for damages.
Thank you, Mr. Schambach. As recommended by Mr. Whitlock, we're going to go ahead and start with item 50.2, AC 25-190. And as far as us proceeding, we'll each give you 3 minutes. Unless you're speaking for a group, we can give you additional minutes, and then the applicant will have time to present, and then any opportunity for rebuttal. So item AC 25-190, this is, let me just ask, do you want me to go through every detail in these, or do you think I can sum it up with the Hyatt Park Phase 1A, 1B, and then the exception?
A summary, I think, is fine. Would you like me to read those?
Sure, if you'd like.
Sure, okay. So I'll read the descriptions for items 50.2, 50.3, and 50.4. So there are consideration of plans for the construction of 26 multifamily buildings on about 24 acres. This is Hyatt Park phases 1A and 1B, totals about 490 dwelling units, and there's also a consideration of an exception request to build a turnaround inside the public right-of-way at the south end of Quarter Lane. And this project is located at the southeasterly corner of North Phoenix Road and Coal Mine Road.
Thank you. And staff has recommended that these items be continued to the January 16, 2026 hearing, but I believe there might be some members in the audience that would like to speak today on behalf of this. So if that is the case, you are more than welcome to come forward to the podium and speak. And if you do, please state your name, address for the record, and sign in. There's a clipboard down as well. All right. Well, seeing none, that makes it quite easy. I guess we'll go ahead and ask if there's any ex parte conflicts.
Madam Chair, as previously contained in the record, I have a potential conflict of interest regarding items 50.2, 50.3, and 50.4. Therefore, I'm going to recuse myself from participating in the decision-making process for agenda items 50.2, 50.3, and 50.4.
Thank you, Mr. Neathammer. Are there any other commissioners that wish to express a conflict of interest, ex parte contact, or disclose site visits? Okay. With that being said, can we have a motion for consideration regarding this continuance?
Madam Chair, I would move that these 3 items be continued to the January 16, 2026 hearing at noon.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, may we have roll call, please?
Yes. Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mr. Camiller?
Yes.
Ms. Pierce?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Akery?
Yes.
Mr. Whitlock?
Yes.
And Mr. Bender?
Yes.
We have 7 yeses.
Very good. This motion passes. And we will go back to item 50.1 AC 25-357. Consideration of plans for the construction of Rogue Valley Manor, Phase 18, consisting of 9 duplexes, 18 dwelling units, and a 6,960 square foot clubhouse on approximately 9.72 acres. The proposal is planned on the current 9th hole of Quail Valley Golf Course, located on the southerly side of Rogue Valley Manor Drive, approximately 350 feet south of the terminus of Ellendale Drive. The property is zoned SFR 4, which is single-family residential, 4 dwelling units per gross acre, and in the planned development and the frequent transit corridor. Applicant is Rogue Valley Manor, agent is Pacific Retirement Services, and planner is Kelly Aiken. Does the commission have any conflicts of interest, ex parte contact, or site visits to disclose regarding this matter? Mr. Neathammer.
Madam Chair, I'm going to disclose that I have a potential conflict of interest for item 50.1. Rogue Valley Manor is a client, and my office has provided professional services on Rogue Valley Manor property adjoining the subject application. Therefore, I'm going to recuse myself from participating in the decision-making process for item 50.1.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair, if I may, I just like to disclose that my company has had previous dealings with Pacific Retirement Services, providing design services on the manor, but that was previous to this and not on any contiguous parcel. So I do feel that I can go ahead with the meeting today and provide a fair judgment based on the evidence submitted.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Madam Chair, my company does maintenance work for the building that PRS corporate office rents. So, but I have nothing to do with this project or know anything about it more than what I've read in the packet, so it won't affect my decision today at all.
Thank you. Anyone else? Mr. Whitlock.
Madam Chair, I used to live in this neighborhood or nearby, often walked in the area, and my confession is that I still have no clue where this is located. So I have no observations that could impact my decision at all.
I also have something to disclose. I used to co-own a home with my ex-husband right below the manor, and I am an avid golfer and have been to both these golf courses where the subject property is taking place. And I do sell real estate and am very familiar with this area. None of that has anything to do with any judgment that I will be passing and whatsoever, and I am completely unbiased by everything that's going to be henceforth.
All right. Is there anyone in the audience that'd like to question any of the commission on their ex parte? All right. May we have a staff report, please?
Wow, I don't think we've ever had so many declarations on a project before. So thank you, Madam Chair, and good afternoon, Commissioners. I am Kelly Aiken with your Planning Department. And before I get started, you see a very large piece of paper. I'm sorry the audience can't see. It's about 8 feet long, and it is the Rogue Valley Manor's approved preliminary plan unit development plan that was approved back in 1998. And over here, there's a little arrow. So that's where we're talking about. It's up here north near Ellendale. It's near the entry to the manor is the area that we're talking about. There's a maintenance building existing there. That building will be removed and replaced with the clubhouse. So I'll go into that just a little bit more, but you are here. And I wanted to mention, in the audience this afternoon, we have Brian McLemore and Sarah Lynch are representing the project, and I know that they have a team. There's a whole row of people back there. So I'll start, as always, as we always do, we'll start with our legal requirements. The approval criteria for site plan and architectural applications are found in Land Development Code section 10.200, subsection 5. We've reviewed the application and have determined that the proposal meets the approval criteria or that it's not applicable in this matter. So this is a site plan application. It's a type 3 quasi-judicial decision, and the Site Plan Architectural Commission is the approving authority under the code. Taking a look at the project summary, so of the 213-acre manor PUD, we're on just shy of 10 acres, so 9.72 acres. As I mentioned, at the very kind of north end of the development. The general land use plan map designation is urban residential. The zoning is SFR 4, which is it's a single family residential zone. And there are 2 overlays. The first one is the PD overlay, indicates that it's part of a planned unit development. And the FTC, the frequent transit corridor, means that there's no minimum parking requirement in that area. And the proposal before you this afternoon is to allow the construction of 18 new dwelling units and just shy of 7,000 square feet of a clubhouse and a cart storage building, which will heretofore be known as the cart barn. Surrounding site, we're kind of in the middle of the Quail Valley Golf Course. It's the 9th hole, kind of between the 9th and 5th holes. And as I mentioned, there's an existing maintenance building that will be removed as part of this development. Just a little bit of a history lesson. Again, we're up here on the northerly end of the manor PUD. It was originally approved in 1994. I think some of the tower buildings, the oldest buildings, date to the 60s. The initial PUD was from 1984. In 1991, the Planning Commission approved a revision that added some acreage and included the 9-hole golf course and allowed over 1,000 dwelling units to be constructed in that development. So on the screen is a snip of the "You Are Here" area that was approved, of that PUD that was approved in 1998. So that's the plan that we're continuing to work under, is that 1998 decision from the Planning Commission. The proposed clubhouse and the housing are shown in the circled areas on the screen, and they are phase 18 of the development. The proposed layout that's before you today is a little bit different, but it is very much consistent with that approved preliminary planned unit development plan. Taking a closer look at the proposed site plan. So on the top of the screen are the clubhouse and the cart barn, and then you can see there are 9 duplex buildings, so for a total of 18 dwelling units. The PUD showed 15 units in a triplex form, so 5 triplexes instead of 9 duplexes. The 3 additional units are allowed within the density for the overall PUD plan, so that's not problematic in this case. The duplexes will be served by a shared driveway. Here's a cross-section. It's very similar to what we call a major minimum access easement. So the driveway itself is 24 feet wide, and it does have a 5-foot sidewalk on one side. The sidewalk connects to the existing system within the PUD, which is pretty robust. I'm always curious about fire department comments on these kinds of accesses. They did review them and make comments. They are in the record. Their comments did include hydrant locations that are necessary to serve the proposed development. The proposed structures meet the setback and bulk standards in the code. The PUD did include some modifications to height, but they don't apply to phase 18. Looking at parking, so as I mentioned, the project is within the frequent transit corridor, which removes the minimum parking standard, so there's no minimum or no parking is actually required for this development. Since the applicant did provide parking, we had to confirm that they weren't exceeding the maximum. So we did that math. The maximum allowed is 54, excluding the number that's required to provide for employees and accessory uses. So the 38 spaces is fewer than 54, so what's shown is acceptable. 2 parking spaces are provided for each dwelling unit, so overall the parking standards are satisfied. Now, I did not find any bicycle parking on the plans that were submitted. That doesn't mean they weren't there, I just didn't find them. A condition requiring 6 bicycle parking spaces is included in Exhibit A. Parking lots over 1/2 acre are required to provide a minimum of 40% shading with trees. They did an excellent job. This is the first time I've seen such a robust shading plan, so thank you, applicants. The shading plan shows 59% coverage, so that standard is met. The site is over, of the almost 10 acres, over 2/3 of it are landscaped. So this is the landscape plan around the clubhouse. It shows robust plantings in the parking lot, of course, and around the buildings. The existing trees that on Rogue Valley Manor Drive will be retained. Taking a look at the architecture. So on the top of the screen is the northerly elevation of the clubhouse. That's the primary entry. On the bottom is a typical elevation of the cottage units. Applicant notes that the clubhouse and cart barn are single story. They have sloping roofs. The overhanging gable roof elements provide cover at the entry and the rear dining entrance, or terrace rather. The materials are similar to the cottages and natural tones are used, blending in with the residential character of the Rogue Valley Manor. And this is a quick peek at the materials. I just wanted to point out that the code does not have design standards for duplex structures, but the proposed units are similar in scale to and design to the existing cottage units. Looking back at the 1998 PUD, there were 2 conditions of approval from the PUD that apply to phase 18. Condition 6 on the top of the screen authorizes signage for the clubhouse using our service commercial professional office zone standards, and they do prohibit signs that are internally illuminated. So they can be lit, it just can't come from the inside. It has to be like a gooseneck or a ground-up kind of a illumination. Condition 7 requires a photometric analysis be submitted with the building permit. What that does is demonstrates that lighting from the clubhouse won't spill onto adjacent residential properties. So I did include conditions for both of these items in Exhibit A. And so then returning to the approval criteria, based on the evidence in the record, the commission can find that the proposed development is consistent with the approved PUD plan and also adjacent development and uses. So the first standard has been satisfied. Satisfaction of the conditions included in Exhibit A ensure compliance with the code standards as well as the approved PUD plan. So that second criterion is also satisfied. So staff is recommending approval. We're also requesting that you adopt the final order today, as we won't be having a January 2 meeting. And that does conclude my presentation. I'm happy to take questions.
I have a question.
Thank you, Kelly. Ms. Powell?
So, is the clubhouse is being built? You just went through it, and with the parking. So, that is the current clubhouse is being torn down?
So my understanding is that
Okay.
the existing maintenance building is going to be removed. Let's see if I
The
can.
manufactured home is being removed, and the parking lot is being redone or expanded? Or
It's
is it-
moving.
It's moving.
The whole thing is moving a little bit to the west. So if we look at.
so none of this okay, I'm just trying to envision it. So when I show up to the golf course, I know how it's all laid out, et cetera. So this is being slightly moved and positioned, and I could have swore you said 18 dwelling units.
That's correct.
Okay, so this is one of those 18, or is this 18 plus the clubhouse?
It's 18 plus the clubhouse.
Okay, and the other dwelling units are single-family homes? Or are we talking multifamily? I was completely, okay, so it's just 18 units and we don't know what they are. Okay, so right now we're approving, all right.
So what's before you,
10-4.
Commissioner Powell, is about 6,900 square feet of the clubhouse that's on the top of the screen and the cart barn. So together, those are just shy
Yeah.
of 7,000 square feet. And then there are 9 duplex units that total 18 homes.
Did I just black out and see only photos for a clubhouse?
The typical elevation was there.
So I showed the
Okay.
elevation for, sorry, maybe I just ran through too quickly. So on the top of the screen is the elevation of it's the primary elevation of the clubhouse. And on the bottom of the screen is the typical elevation for a duplex unit.
Oh, okay, see, that's where, okay, 10-4. It looks like the same building roughly in different,
I think
Shapes.
that's the point, is that
Yeah.
they're
different
residential in
maneuvering.
style.
Okay, well, I'm glad to know I didn't black out. I'm kidding. Gosh, thanks.
All right, Mr. Whitlock?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So Kelly, just a couple of questions. One is, in the record, it references the access as a private street. You indicated a driveway. Does it make any difference?
Not in this context,
Okay.
Commissioner. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. And then I'm also curious, condition number 5 talks about submitting an application for a final PUD plan. Can you just briefly explain to me what that is? Who's the approving authority and?
Sure. So plan unit developments are a 2-step process. They have the preliminary PUD plan that the Planning Commission approved, which is this giant document. And then the second is a final PUD plan, and what that does is basically ensures consistency with the approved preliminary plan. So each phase of the manor we've processed a final PUD plan for each one. So what that has us do is make sure that that the final plan is consistent with the preliminary plan, that there's any conditions of approval that need to be met. The planning director is the approving authority under the code.
Thank you. Exactly what I needed to know. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any other questions of staff? All right, thank you. With that, we'll go ahead and open up the public hearing and have the applicant or agent come to the podium.
Anything in particular you need up here, Ryan?
Probably just a site plan.
Okay, okay. There we go.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian McLemore from McLemore Development Advisors. I am the hired development consultant for Pacific Retirement Services in Rogue Valley Manor on this project. Prior to that, I was the CEO of PRS. Prior to that, I worked at Rogue Valley Manor for 35 years, and PRS. So I was here for 1991 when we did the first big PUD amendment, and have been here for all 18 phases of the project. So I'm happy to answer questions as you go through. First, I'd like to start by recognizing the staff here. We do development work all over the West Coast, and your staff is fantastic to work with. The team that we had on the design of this project was amazed at how great, the collaboration was and getting information back and forth. So thank you to you and your team for all of that work. We have read the staff report and the recommendations and the conditions of approval. We're in concurrence with those recommendations and the staff report, and really we're happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you. Are there any questions of the applicant? Not even from you, Rick?
So the only, to clarify the exact location, so if you played the golf course before, the 9th hole is, we open a new hole between 6 and 7 on the south end of the golf course. So the 9th hole will be coming out to make way for the cottages. And then on the other side of the pond where we had a little putting course at one time over the years, will be where the clubhouse is going to go. The
Oh,
clubhouse
so
and
it's
parking
going
lot.
up further back.
Yeah,
And
it's
then where's
going-
the parking lot going to be then?
The parking lot will be out where the putting green is, and the clubhouse will be right on the pond that is on the 9th hole, where the irrigation water comes in from Bear Creek. So once we get the parking lot built in the clubhouse, we'll move the trailer, which was supposed to be temporary 25 years ago when we put it in, is now actually being removed. So temporary can mean a long time.
Yeah.
In some cases. All right,
What's
thank
your
you.
completion date, just out of curiosity?
The plan is to start the street work as soon as possible, which would be early in 26. Start construction on the cottages in the spring of 26, and then be done spring of 27.
Oh, so the clubhouse is last?
Clubhouse will go first,
Oh, first? Okay.
yeah, because we have to move that to build. We have a duplex shown. The duplex on the far right next to the clubhouse is in the location where the current trailer is located.
10-4.
All right?
Thank you. Is there any other persons in the audience that would like to come forward and speak on this matter? Okay. Well, if there's nothing left to add, do you have something to add, Kelly?
No. I'm just
Okay.
going to put up a motion for you.
All right, very good. Well, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing then and entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the findings as recommended by staff and adopt the final order per approval of AC 25357 per the staff report dated December 12th, 2025, including exhibits A through K.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, Amanda, can we have roll call, please?
Yes. Mr. Thomas?
Yes.
Mr. Camiller?
Yes.
Ms. Pierce?
Yes.
Ms. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Akery?
Yes.
Mr. Whitlock?
Yes.
And Mr. Bender?
Yes.
We have 7 yeses.
Very good. Motion passes. Thank you. All right. That concludes our public hearings, so we'll move on to item 60, which is written communications, and there are none. Item 70 is new business, and there are none. Item 80 is report from the planning department.
All right. Well, thank you. Back again. Hey, Mr. Needhammer, we're back again. Just a few things for you. I wanted to thank you for adopting final order today. I did not anticipate that we were going to have a quorum on the 2nd, so we'll have business on January 16th. And I am currently scheduling for February 6th. We might have a hearing on the 6th. We'll keep you posted. I wanted to share a few statistics for 2025 with you while I have you captive. We had 19 meetings in 2025, which is pretty good. So we canceled 5, and we had 1 study session. You processed 25 applications. You approved 242,383 square feet of commercial industrial buildings. You've considered 706 dwelling units. 490 of those are Haya, so we're not quite done with that yet, but you have touched over 700 dwelling units in 2025, just under 60 acres and 134 hotel rooms. So there's a whole lot of business that happens in this, through this commission, and I wanted to thank you for your time and your excellent and thoughtful work that you do for the city. I know the pay isn't great, but the outcome is fantastic. So thank you for that. I also wanted to remind you that the Boards and Commission Luncheon is on January the 22nd. It's out at the Rogue X. I think you all have received invitations. Let's see. At City Council, since you've met, they approved 2 different code amendments. One is for driveway access, and the other is proportionate share. That's a really an excellent, in my opinion, provision, and what it does is allows development to pay a proportionate share of traffic signals instead of the last man in has the whole burden. So it's an excellent option. Also, they approved 2 different general land use plan map amendments, one at Poplar and McAndrews and the other at Rieger and West Main behind JB Steel. That one's kind of interesting. Coming up in January, we have a vacation of Newbridge Way east of North Ross Lane, also by JB Steel. It's related to that map amendment. And I think that that's all that I have for you. Again, I thank you for your service. It's meaningful, the work that you do. And I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you travel, travel safely. Enjoy your families.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah, thank you.
Kelly, has anybody, since I mentioned to you, I think a couple weeks ago about trying to put a notice out to people that we have so many vacancies in the city on multiple commissions. Has anybody reached out whatsoever? Like, I mean, I've really been trying to advocate getting people involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that happens through our city manager's office. In fact, on Wednesday, the council made several appointments. And yeah, so they made several appointments for the upcoming year. And yes, so they recognize that there are still some more vacancies and they will be continuing to advertise.
Okay. I use that website a lot to really like share that link out. So hopefully it's updated, but I'll get in touch with city office if it's not, because I still really would love to see a lot more people get involved.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Whitlock.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think this may be, I saw Mr. Camiller had his light on as well. Is that Newbridge the one that was behind the apartment complex on West Main, or is that somewhere else? The vacation that you were referring to.
So there is a Newbridge Way that's west of North Ross Lane. We're talking about east of North Ross Lane. So you know where the JB Steel building is and the Pioneer Market. It was a really weird, it's got a lot of history. I can spend a lot of time talking about that. It was funky.
Well, it's pretty weird on the west side too, with the little wrinkle that is placed in there because of the property ownerships and everything as well. Anyway, I was just curious as to whether it had any impact on that at all, and I'm hearing that it does not.
Nope, not the west side, the east side, unless I said negative west, which is likely. I get east and west mixed up.
I actually have a question. How's Spring Street, the pop out, the straight little pop out? Where's that at? Just out of, does anybody know? Do you know how it's like it turns? So Spring Street it has that sharp turn right now onto Pierce. That is Spring is gonna go straight at one point, right? And pop out on Foothill?
At some point in time, yes.
It's
yes.
We're still years out on that?
Probably, yeah, that'll be development driven likely.
Any other questions? Kelly.
All right. All right, thank you all very much.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you too.
Thank you for SPAC Raft.
Yeah. So item 90, I just wanted to say sorry about my mix up with the meeting minutes. I think I was getting the November rewrite mixed up with a meeting that we didn't even have on December. So apologies on that. Other than that, I have nothing. Item 100, propositions and remarks from the commission. Anyone? All right, then item 110 is adjournment. Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays.